The Hornets are undefeated in their last 5 games, and trust me, it's not a fluke. What's good, fellas? It's your boy back with another episode of Ball Talk with Manny. I hope everybody's having a great day. If you want to see daily sports content, don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe. With that being said, let's hop right into it. We have passed the midway point of the NBA season, and the Hornets aren't terrible. And as a Hornets fan, this is crazy because at this time of the season, you're usually looking at, okay, we're probably tanking. What are we going to get in the draft? How far are we going to slide down? How far? What are we going to get in the draft? That's what you're looking at as a Hornets fan at this time of the season, usually. But right now, the Hornets are on a win streak and they don't look bad. And with me watching the last couple Hornets game, you could tell they're in the early stages of being a good team. Their record says 21 and 28, but honestly, with this team is way more than their win and loss record. I'm gonna show y'all that in a second. But this team, they've just been fun to watch, and you know what? I'm here for it. But yeah, like I was saying, the Hornets aren't a bad team, and I'm gonna show y'all that right now. All right, so okay, so the Hornets have a offensive net rating of 117.9, and that puts them at 6 out of 30 in the team. I mean, in the league. That's that's great. A big part of that is really our top four scorers in LaMelo, Brandon Miller, Con Kneppel, and Miles Bridges. Um, Con Kneppel, he just adds a dynamic to his team. I'm gonna get to that in a second too. I'm kind of jumping for it, but he adds another dimension in this team with his 3-point shooting and his IQ. But yeah, defensive rating 116.3, which puts you at 19 out of 30. That doesn't look great, but that's almost middle of the pack in the league. And you know how I said earlier we are 21-28. Our expected win and loss record should be 27 and 22. Let that sink in. We are supposed to be a above 500 team. And I know you can't rely strictly on stats, um, but statistically, the Hornets are supposed to be good. So yeah, that's why I think the Hornets are a good team. And it starts at the head of the snake, which is LaMelo Ball, our point guard. LaMelo, you've seen major growth, especially from his rookie season. Um, he's becoming that leader. He's still that goofy player, but he's showing that he could play winning basketball. The biggest thing that critics always say about LaMelo is he can't play winning basketball, and he's showing that he could play winning basketball. The biggest thing with LaMelo has always been, can he stay on the court? And he's been staying on the court this year, and you see how much better of a team we are. I think he only has to play like 10 more games, and he passed like the last 3 seasons of how many games he averaged. So yeah, he's been playing, and he's been playing great at that. And also Brandon Miller, he's been able to stay on the court, and you see how much better we play. We are top six offense. Let that sink in. Top six offense in the league. And Brandon Miller, he has a huge part to play in that. When I watch the games, Brandon Miller, he's that type of player where when he gets buckets, he makes it seem almost like effortlessly. And this is just he's going into his third year, so he's only going to get better at that as time goes. If we could keep this core together, yeah, we're going to be looking at something special. And I'd be seeing a lot of trades that include Miles Bridges, get rid of Miles Bridges. I could understand if you don't like Miles Bridges as a person, but as a player, he's like that glue guy to this Hornets team. He's not outstanding on defense, but he's that player that could get a bucket when you need it. He could get a smooth 25 any given night, and that's exactly what this team needs. But if we're going to talk about the biggest addition, Con Kneppel. As of right now, late January, I believe he's still number one in Rookie of the Year races, just ahead of Cooper Flag. But with Continental, some of the stuff that he does, sometimes it doesn't even show up in the stat sheet. Of course, you know he adds 3-point shooting, but his ability to always make the right play is outstanding, especially for a guy his age. Being a rookie and being this poised, this high of IQ is almost unseen in this league, especially at the guard level or at the guard position. I'm not gonna lie, even with me being a Duke fan, on draft night, I wasn't that high on on Colin Kneppel. I thought it was a reach to get him at 3. I thought VJ or Ace Bailey, I thought they were better picks for our team, but boy was I wrong. Colin Kneppel is the player that literally every team in the league wishes they had, and not just offensively. He's not a slouch on defense. He moves his feet. He's not Kawhi Leonard. but he moves his feet. He's always in the right place, right time, and he makes plays. And he's a big reason for our success this year. I'm gonna tell y'all a stat real quick. When the starting lineup is LaMelo, Miles Bridges, Brandon Miller, Con Canepo, and Moose Diabate, they are 11-1. That's how you know this is a good team. When this team is healthy, when this team is all, when there's no holes in their roster, this team is a good team. And since the new year, the Hornets have been a good team. They're over 500. They're 10-6. They have some big wins. I could show. Hold on, let me. I'm gonna show the record real quick. Or show the schedule. Um, let's see. Okay, so first game of the year, they lose to the Bucks. Come back, beat the Bulls and OKC. They beat OKC by a pretty good margin. Come back and drop the game to Toronto. I know they hit a buzzer beater. That was crazy. And then they lost to Indiana. They had no business losing to Indiana. But they come back, blow out Utah, get a dub against the Lakers away, beat Denver. I know they have no Jokic, but they still beat Denver. They were down to Cleveland by like 25. Come back, make that a 7 point game. And then against Orlando, that starts their 5 game win streak, and that put them at 10-6 for the new year. So yeah, this team has been a good team. And with that being said, they're only 2.5 games out of the play-in. With the Bulls being the 10th seed, the Hornets got a good chance to make a good run and become the 10th seed. And if they make the play-in, I got a lot of faith that they could find their way, sneak into the playoffs. So yeah, the Hornets have been hooping. I feel like the dog. No, I don't feel like I'm pretty sure that the dog days are behind Charlotte. Like this team is finally fun to watch again. They remind me of like a AAU team, with them being how young they are. They're happy. They look like they're having fun, and that's a big part of being a good team. The vibes have to be high. So yeah, I think the Hornets about to put the league on notice. I'm not gonna lie. And this is the last thing I'm gonna say. I forgot to say it earlier, but the front office, they need their props. They crushed the draft this past season. With you already know with Con Canepo, I talked about that earlier. But Ryan Kalkbrenner, he's shown to be a good pick, great pick. Sion James, he's one of those. He's going to be a great role player. Sits down on defense, could hit a corner shot. So yeah, major props to the front office. This team is honestly like one or two pieces away from being one of those teams in the NBA that that are just a force. And you see that things could change in the NBA overnight. You saw how bad the Pistons were 2 seasons ago. Last season, they made the playoffs. We were terrible last season. Things could change overnight in the NBA. But yeah, as you can see, I'm pretty high on this team. I expect them to be a very good team in the near future. I don't see any 20-win seasons in our future if everybody stays healthy. If everybody stays healthy, this is going to be a good team. You heard it here first. But yeah, I believe in this team. But with that being said, that wraps up the video. Stay blessed, and I'll see y'all next time.